The South African Police Service employs over 100,000 officers. Their stated mandate is to protect citizens and dismantle organized crime networks across the country. Yet 12 senior officers from within those ranks, including brigadiers and generals, stood in a Pretoria court, facing charges for a 360 million rand corruption and fraud scandal. And the warrants didn't stop at the generals. The National Police Commissioner himself, General Fani Masemola, was served a criminal summons connected to the exact same procurement failure. When the arrests reach the highest office of a national law enforcement agency at the same time as its top brass, the failure is institutional. The safeguard structures themselves are compromised. The civilian at the center of this 360 million rand contract is a businessman named Vusimuzi Matlala, commonly known as Cat. Matlala is currently awaiting trial for attempted murder. Law enforcement intelligence also identifies him as an alleged senior member of the Big Five, a major drug cartel operating out of the Gauteng province. The state allocated hundreds of millions of rand to supply health and wellness screenings for police officers. That massive budget was directed into the hands of a man accused of running the exact type of violent syndicate those officers are sworn to dismantle. The police force bypassed its own vetting protocols and effectively placed an alleged cartel boss on the state payroll. This document graphic represents the R360 million health services tender awarded to Matlala's company, Medicare 24, in June 2024. Medicare 24 secured the bid by submitting false information. They lied about their physical address and officially declared zero conflicts of interest with police officials. Internal due diligence checks failed entirely. SAPS officials signed off on reports claiming Medicare 24 had compatible computer systems, even though they lacked such technology. Before the red flags were officially recognized and the contract halted, the state had already paid out more than 50 million rand in taxpayer funds. These glaring oversights require multiple points of failure across different departments. The procurement safeguards were intentionally dismantled from the inside out to explicitly ensure that Medicare 24 won the lucrative bid. This web diagram illustrates the 12 arrested senior SAPS officers who allegedly operated as a protective ring, facilitating the fraud. Captain Brian Cartwright sat on the bid evaluation committee. Prosecutors identify him as the primary instigator who actively pushed the approval through bureaucratic hurdles. The arrangement required continuous financial kickbacks. Brigadier Rachel Motjang allegedly received 300,000 rand, which was systematically channeled through a local butchery to obscure the paper trail. Leaked WhatsApp messages later revealed Matlala tracking the status of his contract and confidently colluding with political insiders connected to the police ministry. High-ranking officers leveraged their authority and public trust to operate a VIP concierge service for an alleged cartel leader, navigating him through state financial defenses. The approval for a contract of this magnitude requires sign-off from the highest executive offices in the country. The suspicious tender was eventually flagged by suspended Police Minister Senzome Chunu, who ordered a formal review of the deal. Following that review, National Commissioner Fani Masemola officially canceled the contract. But stopping the deal after the fact did not shield him from criminal liability. Masemola is facing charges under the Public Finance Management Act. This is a South African law that holds government accounting officers legally responsible for ensuring public funds are spent properly. While Masemola is not accused of taking bribes, his administrative negligence allowed the contract to be approved in the first place, creating the exact vulnerabilities that organized crime exploits. The 12 senior officers have been released on bail ranging from 40 to 80,000 rand. Matlala remains in prison facing his separate attempted murder charges. National Commissioner Masemola is scheduled to appear in court on April 21st, placing immense political pressure on President Cyril Ramaphosa to suspend the nation's top police officer. The Medicare 24 contract is also a primary focus of the Madlanga Commission, a judicial inquiry established to investigate cartel infiltration within the criminal justice system. The upcoming criminal trials for the Medicare 24 fraud are symptoms of a much larger war over the integrity and control of the South African state. The position of National Police Commissioner carries so much historical baggage that it is frequently referred to as a poison chalice. Over the past 2 decades, top cops like Jackie Selebi, Raya Fayega, Kamotso Falane, and Kayla Satole have all been removed from office amid scandal. When politicized leadership appointments are paired with massive, weekly monitored budgets, the institution becomes an irresistible target for organized crime. The 360 million rand Medicare 24 scandal proves that the institution designed to protect South African citizens has been critically compromised from within.